Hi there, fellow sea glass lovers. Thanks so much for joining me today. I'm Jackie, and in last week's video I showed you how I made this tiny little sea glass project, really small for me. I found this frame at a thrift shop, and I not only found one of them, I found two of them. So in today's project I'm going to show you how I took an identical frame and made this little project. It's so sweet. I really hope you enjoy this one. So in my last video, I showed you how I took a little old frame that I found at a thrift store and I fixed it up, painted it, then kind of roughed it up a bit and used it to showcase some of my really special pieces of sea glass. I had three pieces here I really wanted to showcase. This green pot filler, a beautiful purple piece that made a nice stem for my flower, and a beautiful earthenware piece that was painted green that made a nice plant pot for my flower. So I'm really happy with this little piece, and it showcases some of my special pieces. So with this video, what happened when I was at the thrift store, I found two of these frames, so I have a second one. So I'm going to show you a variation here. Now the pieces I want to showcase here, I have the tiniest little wampum shell that to me looks like a sail of a sailboat. And I thought, I really want to showcase that. If I use that in a great big piece, like in a great big mosaic, it's going to get lost. So I'm going to use that as a sailboat out on the water. And then I have this amazing yellow piece. I don't find many yellow pieces, so I really want to use that someplace where it's going to show up. And then I have this pink piece. I don't find many pink pieces either. So I'm going to build a little lighthouse here to showcase my wampum and my yellow piece and my pink piece. So I have three pieces I want to showcase here. And then I'm going to put underneath my lighthouse a little bit of sand. So I have my beach here, or my sand where it's all sitting. And I have one of these tiny little shells. I love these tiny little shells, so I'm going to put one of those there as well. And a little row of rocks. I find a lot of these little caramel rocks, and I think that will provide a good layer on top of my sand and underneath the lighthouse. And then I'm going to fill it in with some green sea glass. So this is going to be kind of fussy to glue on because it's very small pieces that I'm working with. And you might think a small sea glass mosaic is easier to make than a large sea glass mosaic, but you have to be much fussier with a small one than a large one. You have to be fussy about the pieces you pick out to use, and you have to be fussy about gluing them on in order for everything to work well. So I'm going to fuss quite a bit gluing those on. And then the only other thing I'm going to include here, I have two miniature little blue pieces, and I'm going to have a tiny little bird off in the sky. So let me get those glued on. I'm using my silicone adhesive caulk. I'm using a Red Devil product today, but it's going to go on white, but it is clear. So once it dries and sets, it's going to be clear. So I will go ahead. I think I'm going to start from the bottom here and get these all glued into place. So I'll just put a little bit of silicone on the back of each one and put it down. Now this takes a while to dry, so I know I've got time to fuss with it and to clean any messy bits up before it is set. So I have all those pieces glued into place, and I'm just going to let them set here, and then once they're set, I'll know they're set when all this white silicone has dried clear and you won't see it so much, and then I will hang it. and I'll show you what it looks like hanging in the window with the sun shining through. So my little lighthouse is ready to be hung. If you flip this over, you can see I put a little label on here that says Little Lighthouse, J. Trimper. I really like to take pieces of pottery and write on them and glue them to the back, because you should always sign your work. And now I'm going to hang it in the window. You can see that all of the silicone has dried clear, so I know the pieces aren't going to fall off. So let me show it to you hung in the window. So here's my little lighthouse hanging in the window, and it just looks sweet. You can't see the frame very well in this shot, but the frame is really nice and white, and it's just showing off that sea glass very nicely. So I really hope you enjoyed this video and it gave you some good ideas. And until next time, I hope you make it out to the beach, and happy sea glass hunting.